a sequence of Joseph Pilates original 34 Pilates moves, starting with my own warm-up. It'll be about 4 or 5 minute warm-up in the standing position, and then we'll do the first 5 or 6 moves in the sequence today. So we'll start with the feet hip-width apart, curl your toes up towards your shins, flex your quad muscles, okay? Pull your glutes in, draw your belly button into spine, then keep it there, reach up overhead. Okay, open up the palms nice and wide, just waking everything up. Take a deep breath in, exhale, roll forward, but keep the lower half rigid, okay? Keep the toes curled up, keep the quads tight, and allow your shoulders to relax toward your chest, and your arms are resting toward the floor. Don't try to reach the floor. Okay, again, keep the belly button drawn in. Take an inhale, come slightly up. Exhale, back down. You're trying to get a little bit lower each time. Inhale, slightly up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, slightly up, one more. Exhale, down. Try to just reach through the legs, look through the legs, take a big inhale, and sweep up. And exhale. Inhale, big, up, overhead. Exhale, rotate this time to the left side. Firmly connect the hand on the outside of the leg, open up the chest. Keep your belly button drawn in. And again, check in with your legs, make sure they're staying locked. Okay, you're not pushing back in your knees, you're flexing the muscle. Okay, it's different. And then rotate the shoulder 3 times each direction. And inhale, exhale back to center. And then inhale, roll up, and just allow your arms to relax until you get all the way up and reach, and then exhale. One more inhale. Exhale to the opposite side. And then rotate the shoulder 3 times again. Inhale. Exhale back to center last time. Okay, and then here, bend the knees. Okay, put the weight on the ball of the foot now. Place your palms on the floor. And then pick up your heels, crawl out to plank position. Okay, still spread your fingers out. Okay, you want to have a nice foundation for a tall plank, but then we're going to saw forward. So you want to saw forward, shoulders over wrists, and you can try to come up onto the top of your feet, but you don't have to do that yet. And then push the weight back into your heels so you can feel a calf stretch. Then dip your knees and crawl back into a primitive squat. And this is just to open up the hips. There's a lot of hip mobility in Pilates. People discover when they get in it, so it's part of the warm-up, is just to try to call attention to those things. Okay, and we're going to do that 2 more times. I want you to crawl back out. Try to further your saw, shoulders over wrists. Press back into the heels for a calf stretch. Dip your knees, then push your hips straight back into that supported primitive squat. I'm going to keep the hands on the floor, just relax in there. And then do that 1 more time. Roll back out. Saw forward. And then press back into the heels. Dip your knees. Primitive squat. And then safely make your way to the floor. We're going to come center of the mat. We're going to do a little lower half activation as well. First, bring your hands to your knees. Okay, strongly pin your elbows to your body. Okay, so you're going to wrap the shoulders forward, keep your belly button drawn in, and then arch the feet as much as you can. Okay, so we're stretching the feet, we're stretching the toes, and everything is used when you do Pilates. It's full body. So, especially on cold days like this, here it's very cold. Everything needs a little extra room. So we're doing toe circles. I'm guiding the circle with the very tip of my toe. I do about 10 each direction. Keep holding on tight to the upper body though. Kind of just balancing on the tailbone right now. Okay, and then let's do a couple of points and then flexes. Push the heels into the floor, push the toes into the floor. Heels into the floor, toes, couple more, heels and toes. Okay, and then from here, starting our descent to the mat, we'll get into the 100 here in a moment. We're gonna do a C-curve stretch real quick. Hold on to the knees, curl your tailbone under your hips. Okay, allow your arms to fully extend. Okay, take a deep breath in this position, in through the nose, and out through the mouth. Okay, a couple more times. In, and one more. In, and okay, after that, we're going to release the arms. Keep your feet flat to the floor. Slowly place your spine on the floor. Okay, and now we'll do quick breathing prep for the 100. So draw the low back into the floor. Okay, so you're activating the ab muscles we'll be using for the 100. And allow your arms to just rest on the floor. We're going to do the inhaling for 5 and exhaling for 5 3 times. So we inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Okay. Now keep the low back to the floor. We're going to start by bringing our knees in. Come to a table position. Okay, shins are parallel to the floor. Squeeze your glutes. And then we're going to reach the fingertips toward the heels. Round your head and shoulders up. And you can stay here as we go through the arm pumps, or you can extend the legs. That's what we're going to do. And extend the legs. Again, keep the low back to the floor. Inhale. Out. In. 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 Out. Okay, rest. Keep your low back drawn to the floor. Reach your arms up and overhead. The roll up is the main inspiration for my standing warm up. So we're doing the exact same thing we were doing standing. Okay, so flex the legs, curl your toes towards your shins, reach your arms overhead, but keep the low back down to the floor, and then inhale, exhale, peel. The spine on the floor. And inhale, exhale, roll back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. in and exhale. Okay, I'm going to come up into a seated position for a moment. Inhale and exhale. Because if you found that you could not come up off the floor without losing your form, your feet were popping up off the floor, I do something called gradual reps. So we start at the end of the move. So you always want to be reaching forward or over your toes, and you want to keep your chin tucked, okay, and your legs locking out to kind of anchor you forward so you can round your spine as far forward as you like. And then inhale, and just practice gradually going down. So you're just going back little by little, and you're still going to feel it. You're still going to get the work in, but it allows you to see where you might start losing your form. It's usually around here, okay, because it's a lot of low ab activation. And then when you come up, you want to be able to roll, okay? You don't want to be jerking yourself up, okay, or flopping back. Okay, so right around here, if you find yourself, doing this or yanking yourself up, then just work from that place. Okay, so here we'll just bring ourselves to the floor, like we just finished the full set, and then bring your arms to the floor at your sides. So now your upper body is your anchor as we go into the rollover. And a prep move I like to do on this one is bring the feet together under the hips. Okay, engage the inner thighs, engage your glutes, and then your spine is already kind of curved off the floor. Okay, that's, there's that natural arch. So we're going to breathe into that for a moment. And push those shoulders down through the palms into the floor, and then inhale, arch forward even further. Okay, inhale, and then exhale, pull the low back to the floor. Okay, it should feel kind of dramatic, like you're really digging in with the abs. And then inhale, push forward, exhale, and inhale, and exhale. Okay, and you can do that a couple more times if you want. It feels nice. But one of the reasons I do that is to stretch the thoracic area, but also to call attention to where we don't want to be operating from. We don't want to lift our hips or our legs up with our hips this arch forward, and we don't want to be lowering our legs with the hips this arch forward. So, adjust the low back and keep intention in the legs, and then inhale, exhale, lift, and then widen your stance. And then same thing on the way down, keep the low back to the floor. And then inhale, exhale. We're going to do this up to 10. And again, your back will naturally arch as you kind of rest on the floor. So I'm going to pick up the pace a little bit, but doing it in slow motion like that really emphasizes where you need to have your low back to not only protect it, but then strengthen, the area around it. Okay, so. Right from there, widen your stance, bring your legs under the hips. Let's flex the left leg now. Upper body is doing the same thing. You should feel a lot going on in the triceps. Push the hands into the floor. Again, draw the low back to the floor. Keep your hips even. We bring the right leg or the working leg up. Toes are pointed down. And then we inhale, cross it over the opposite leg. Exhale. In. 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 Opposite, in. And place it down, flex it out, bring the left leg up. Make sure your hips stay even, which means your abs should be on fire. Inhale and opposite. And set it down. Bring the feet in. Okay. Gently to the floor. Hold on to each knee like we did earlier. And roll. Rest back on your back. We go right into the one leg stretch. So hold on with the hand on the knee and the hand on the shin, just extra coverage. Bring your elbows into the body. Let's extend the left leg, bring it about 2 inches up off the floor. Again, low back is drawn on the floor. Round the head and shoulders up. Take a deep breath in and exhale, switch. Inhale. And in, 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 in. Okay, quick rest. And we'll go into the double leg version. Extra important not to rock back when we draw the legs in. You want to have a firm hand placement when we bring it back in, but keep the glutes tight so you, again, don't rock back on your back. So round the head and shoulders up. Keep the eyes on the belly button. Okay, hold on tight, elbows stay pinned, and then inhale and inhale. In, 3, in, 4, in, 5, in, halfway, in, 7, in, 8, in, 9, in, 10, in, 11, in, 12. And roll up. And then we'll do seated position and do the spine stretch. So here, if you're using a mat, you want the feet about mat width apart, or kind of just right outside of your hips, okay? Not any further than that. We're going to start with anchoring the heels into the floor and make sure the knees are locked out, just as before. If they're here and you're not fully able to lengthen and lock them out, that's fine. Just make sure you don't walk too far out. You don't want to feel it in the knees or the sides of the knees. So you're going to sit up nice and tall, push the hips forward, take a deep breath in, and walk the hands out. Tuck your chin. The first one might feel a little extra hard, if you will, hard to roll out or roll the spine as much as you feel like you should be able to or want to. But again, you're putting all the emphasis right here, okay? And then through the shoulders, reaching forward. So tuck your chin, take a deep breath in, and then exhale, reach further. Inhale, reach further. Inhale, reach further. And inhale, sit up. Exhale, go. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. And exhale. 1, 2, 3. And then we will go into open leg rocker. because I'm feeling it for now. We'll do these and then I'll end with the saw for today. So we'll go into the overlay rocker. Let's keep bring the eyes to an inanimate spot in front of you. Okay, find your balance. And again, even just working on this alone is powerful because you want to be able to kind of just chill here while keeping your legs fully locked out, okay? And you can find a different spot for your arms for now. You don't want to be super rounded and reaching. You do have to round to rock back though, so there you go. Legs together, down the middle, round the head and shoulders forward, toes stay pointed, draw the upper body back, lift to the legs, and again, just a little bit of your tailbone is off the floor. We're going to use the upper body again to anchor. We're going to lift and turn and rotate. Keep the shoulders on the floor. 3 each direction. And then opposite. And next center. And rock back up. So we're going to end with saw today. So saw is the rotational move. Again, inspiration for doing the part of the warm-up we did earlier in the standing position. Back to the same format with the legs, hip width apart or about mat width apart. Feet are flexed, anchored into the floor. Arms are out lateral, fingertips pointed away from the body. Inhale and exhale, turn. Firmly connect the hand, eyes behind the shoulder. 1, 2, 3. Inhale and inhale. 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 1, 2, 3. Inhale. And 2, 3. Okay. Just for good measure, reach the arms overhead and forward. One last little stretch. And that's where we'll end today. I'll see you next time.